Hey, I'm gonna be reviewing a video called What I Eat in a Day to Be Healthier Than 95%. Of course, with the doggy.
Recently, I've been finding so much joy in slow mornings and allowing myself to wake up naturally and not be in a
Hey, that's raw milk from California, right? I know it because I used to drink it. They also create raw butter and some other raw dairy products. The cows do supposedly consume canola, which is not ideal, but still.
hurry. For so much of my life, I would wake up and always be in a rush. Maybe I was going to school or maybe I had to get to work. But
Vanilla is poisonous. You just ruined the milk.
there's been something really beautiful about just enjoying the simplicity of the morning. I find the morning so peaceful and I love to just enjoy that. And there truly is nothing like romanticizing making your coffee or scrolling on
She's not making the coffee with the raw milk, right?
Pinterest first thing in the morning to feel inspired and creative. And so why not enjoy those simple
Yeah, it's black. It's extremely toxic. What the hell are you doing?
beauties of life and allow your
Oh my god, I think that it's the raw milk that she just put in the toxic hot seed water. Oh my god. Why on earth do you buy raw milk for that? I don't get it.
yourself to have the exact morning routine that fills your cup up.
Cinnamon also, that's also poisonous. Jesus. What's up with this girl? Great video so far. She wants to be healthier than 95% of people, and she's there with a dog instead of children, drinking coffee. And she ruined the raw milk on top of that. How exactly is this better? Except if something miraculous is about to come. This looks like a typical slave life.
These are the ingredients for breakfast and I'm going to put the prices.
Okay, this is literally what 99% of people basically eat. Like, where's the difference, man? Okay, it's organic. Organic doesn't even mean anything nowadays, realistically. They don't use these pesticides, but they use other ones, which are organically certified or whatever. It's total BS. She eats bread like a slave. It's the biggest slave food on earth. It's seed slime baked into a form. Then she uses tomatoes to imitate meat and blood, raw meat and blood, obviously. Organic baby spinach. Yeah, it's just green leaves from the bushes. They will give you kidney stones. Everybody eats that. 95% of people eat green leaves. That's why they're so sick. Avocados instead of real animal fat, and eggs. Okay. Yeah, but most people also eat some cooked eggs, if that's what she will do, except if she's gonna eat them raw. What's the difference here? I see no difference.
Of each of these and then the price of one serving of these. So we obviously have organic spinach, organic little tomatoes.
What do you mean you obviously have organic spinach? It's green leaves. What do you say obviously? It's not at all obvious. If you wouldn't be eating like 95% of people, then you wouldn't be eating avocados, spinach, and seed slime. You would be eating the opposite of that, whatever that would be. And really, that would be what I just mentioned, organs and blood. If you want to be healthier than 95% of people, then you gotta switch everything around.
Organic avocado. This is sourdough that I bought from a bakery. And then these are pasture raised eggs. Eventually, I want to attempt to make an omelet. I've just never had any luck making omelets. So today I'm just making scrambled eggs. I'm throwing in 3 eggs, and then I'm also putting in our cut up tomatoes and some spinach.
Yeah, usually they add the tomatoes or something red to imitate a real animal product, which would be, again, as I said, raw meat and blood. That's what our senses see as food. That's why we want it to be red. Even if you add avocados and spinach to it, you will still add something red in the end. That's what everybody does. Wow, that's so yummy. Green leaves. Wow, great. Nice.
I'm so happy with how my toast turned out. It was just perfectly cooked. And then I used half of an avocado and just split it between the 2 pieces of bread. Life hack here is to use a fork when you're making avocado toast. It makes it so much easier to spread the avocado. And then I put our scrambled egg mix on top. Recently, I've been really into...
It wouldn't be that bad if it wasn't for the green leaves. Just seeing green leaves, especially when they are cooked and in between the eggs, it just makes me want to gag.
making savory breakfasts, and I actually made some pancakes the other day that were so good. They were cottage cheese pancakes, and I definitely want to make them again.
Okay, this is literally the kind of breakfast I see in 95% of the videos that I review, especially when girls are eating breakfast. How is this different? I don't get it. Coffee and toast with eggs, avocado, and spinach. It's literally 95% of the videos.
Because they were delicious. But I've just been really enjoying learning new breakfast recipes and trying new things. And it feels so rewarding when something tastes amazing.
I feel like walking is one of the most underrated workouts.
Walking is not a workout, except if you walk with weights on you, a heavy backpack, or you walk for hours and hours and go against your intuition. As such, walking is just a normal activity. It's just normal movement. It's not exerting.
Literally getting sunshine, you're getting fresh air, you're getting movement, and it's free. And ever since I started walking as a...
Yeah, but you have sunglasses on. You're protecting yourself against the sun. And it's cloudy anyway, but still.
Part of my daily routine, I've noticed that my mental health has gotten a lot better and my stress levels have gone down a lot. And walking is also just so good for you. It helps your mitochondria heal, so it's healing you on a cellular level. I'm personally prioritizing doing zone 2 cardio every single day. And it's been really easy because I have a dog who also needs to walk every single day. But walking is like nature's medicine because we can do it anytime, anywhere, and it's free.
I used to go to workout classes or the gym on an empty stomach, and I have no idea how I did this because now if I tried to do a workout or go on a really long walk and I hadn't eaten breakfast, I would have no energy and I would have no motivation.
Yeah, because you used to use your body fat for energy. Now that it's lower, it's not possible anymore. That's it.
And so I use breakfast as my fuel to get me through the workouts. And that's why I like to eat a lot of protein in the morning so that I actually have energy to put my 100% in.
How do you eat a lot of protein exactly, huh? The eggs, I guess. It's just carbs and protein that you ate with tons of toxins. From the spinach especially.
Into my workouts. I used to always think that I wasn't hungry in the morning, and I actually wasn't hungry in the morning. But once I got in the habit of eating breakfast, it really did change my entire day. I was not so reliant on caffeine. I'd always been really reliant on coffee for energy through the day, but when I started actually eating a high protein breakfast, kind of changed everything. Right now, I'm gonna drop the dog off at home, and then I'm gonna head to the gym to do my lower body set.
Sometimes I just get this realization of what's going on when you look at so-called American girls. It's just because obviously ancestrally she's from somewhere in Europe, and now she's living in the US. I guess that she was born there, but it doesn't change anything. And now she's there going to the gym, talking like this, and yeah, guys, drinking my coffee and eating bread, seed slide with avocados. Yeah, this is just my American life, with my dog. Yeah, just the contrast, just the difference between the way everybody used to live, but in this case, women. It's so different. So different. Not even comparable. She's not even living a real life there. What the fuck is this, man? And then she talks about stress, but then she at the same time goes to the gym to stress herself. Like 95% of people do today. Yeah, she used to work out and lost the body fat, which is why she cannot do it anymore. That's clear as day.
Every time I make a huge breakfast, I'm like, this is huge. I'm not going to be hungry for the rest of the day. And then 12:30 rolls around and I'm starving. So I just started prepping lunch. I'm making a Mediterranean power bowl. This is a really easy lunch to meal prep and keep in the refrigerator for a few days. It's just some quinoa and then some spinach.
Why Mediterranean? I don't even need to see what else is about to come because nobody eats like that there. They eat mostly meat, animal foods. Huh?
We have more little baby tomatoes, some cucumber. These are chickpeas.
How is this Mediterranean? They eat tons of fish. Some even eat raw pork in Spain. You're not living in reality.
That I just mixed with some lemon juice and some sea salt. I'm going to be using this tuna right here. This is my favorite. It's tested for mercury. It's a little bit more expensive, but definitely worth it.
Mercury is naturally found in tuna. I don't know what you're worried about, but whatever. Yeah, raw tuna is way tastier than this overcooked tuna from a can. At least she eats some kind of meat, I guess, but I don't know how in your head this is a Mediterranean meal, because in reality this is a plant-based Western meal, which I guess delusional people nowadays believe is what a Mediterranean meal would look like. Yeah. No, it should be full of pork, tons of fat, some organs, some fish. And that's about it, really. Yeah, that's what people always used to eat in Spain, Italy, around there, everywhere. Some cheese with maggots inside, literally. Yeah, that's what they eat. Look it up. This is nothing in comparison. It's bullshit.
That's the other half of the avocado from this morning. And then I'm
So what? Avocados come from Mexico. What does it have to do with a Mediterranean meal?
just gonna drizzle this whole thing with lemon, some olive oil.
Olive oil is toxic, man, and the people there don't even really eat it, even in Italy.
And sea salt. And that is the Mediterranean power.
Salt is a toxin, man. Watch my video about salt. It's called Salt is Extremely Toxic. Poisonous.
Bowl. It's packed full of protein from the tuna and also the chickpeas. And then you're also getting nice healthy fats with the rest of the avocado.
Yeah, but chickpeas don't even have a high biological value, meaning that you cannot even digest it well. So overall, yeah, you're getting some protein or whatever out of the tuna. It's cooked, so not really much anyway. But again, as far as your video title goes, how is this different? This is what I see in almost every video that I review. I just don't get it. Also just the silence, except for the footsteps of the dog, should be full of children saying, Mama, Mama, Daddy, oh look, and then they play with each other and there's a good mood in the house. It's empty. There's a void. I mentioned that because that would also make you happy and therefore healthy. Again, she calls it a Mediterranean Powerball. Where? You're delusional. I don't really care what she has to say, but it's good that she can work from home. Whatever she does, it's not as stressful, most likely, as going to a typical job. That is maybe then better than what 95% of people do. That's the first thing that I saw so far. It's gonna impact your lifespan, no doubt, your health overall. Still, most of what you do is the same as everybody else. Yeah, this is not stressful. She puts on some music and does work at the computer. Actually, that's kind of what I do. It's better than doing construction work. Okay, women would mostly not do that. Women, for the most part, choose jobs which are easier physically anyway, though. Typically, a receptionist would be a female, right? Stuff like that. But of course, being a nurse or a doctor, that can be very stressful. A lot of times they have night shifts. Night shifts are bad. That's something that she doesn't have to do. There's definitely benefits to this when you live in slavery anyway. Seeing as you're going to be doing something, this is better. I wonder why she doesn't use a mouse. Some people, I guess, are used to it. I don't think that I could ever get used to that. Whatever.
How does trauma actually affect our brain? And then how do we heal that trauma? Trauma is one of those interesting things because it can be passed down for generations. And so like maybe your great grandmother traumatized your grandmother on something, and then your grandmother traumatized your mom, and then your mom traumatized you. And so that trauma.
That's interesting that she mentions this. I was just thinking about it yesterday. This topic came to my mind about how it's passed down until nature fixes it. Eventually, it all explodes or somebody heals it. Typically, when somebody is traumatized, they are gonna traumatize everybody around them. And it's gonna go on and on until somebody breaks the cycle, or as I said, it completely all goes downhill. It's funny how people nowadays read books. Not that there's really much of a difference still.
Oh my gosh, I just had a full
Okay, the only difference so far is that she doesn't really have that much stress compared to other people, except that she goes to the gym for no reason. That would make her healthier and prolong her lifespan. When you look at the rest and combine it all, it wouldn't make such a difference.
mental breakdown. I tried on everything in my closet. I'm packing for a trip tomorrow and I'm just having one of those moments where nothing is fitting me right.
Who cares, man? Same kind of mental issues. What does it matter if something doesn't fit you? Yeah, because you want to look attractive for somebody always. That's why you want to look good. And typically that's the other gender, and that's because you want to reproduce with them and have a family. That I can understand. It's subconscious, but I get it. Still, if you look good, then you look good. Clothes are, at the end of the day, not going to change anything.
I couldn't figure out how to style anything together in a cute way. Nothing was even going together. And I was just like, oh my God, I have nothing to wear. Fashion has never been easy for me. And oh my God, I literally just spent
Oh my God, it's irrelevant. What is this?
an hour picking out 2 outfits. What is wrong with me?
The dinner that I'm making tonight is so easy. I just roasted this white sweet potato in the oven for about an hour.
Firstly, it's man-made. It's huge. There's no such thing in nature. Secondly, people only used to eat something like this, some ground vegetables, when they had absolutely no other food. It's interesting that people nowadays eat famine food even though they have the option to be eating meat.
Going to cut this open. I'm stuffing this sweet potato with some ground turkey that I made yesterday. I like to really stuff my potatoes. Then I'm going to add some cucumbers, some tomatoes, and then I caramelized these onions in the oven. Kind of want a lot of these. And then I'm just...
Yeah, because nobody wants to eat raw onions. Okay, some people do that, but very few because they are poisonous.
Gonna finish it off with lime juice. And that is the stuffed sweet potato. This is one of the easiest.
At least she eats some meat, but I've seen these stuffed potato recipes a million times in the videos that I review. Again, what's the difference?
Sauces are one of those things that once you're used to using sauces, it's really hard to eat food without sauce. But when you become used to food without sauce, you don't really need sauces. And sauces, they have a lot of added ingredients that are sometimes questionable. And of course, I will have moments here and there where I want like hot sauce on my food, but I really try to stay away from condiments on...
All of the condiments, sauces, recipes were created by people who were starving, going through famines. Once you start eating raw animal organs and drinking blood, even without the blood, I know that it's not easy to get that, you will not be craving any kind of strange foods. It's all a sign of malnutrition.
My food every single day. And so I'll use things like limes or all...
When I look at this, for example, you couldn't even pay me to eat that. I just don't find it appetizing. I look at it and I don't see any food. Even the turkey is so overcooked and dry that I don't recognize it as food.
Olive oil or sea salt, and it actually adds a super nice flavor that's not like overpowering.
I spent the evening doing some self-care. I just brushed my hair and then gave myself a head massage and then braided my hair so I could sleep in a protective hairstyle. And then I put on my red light therapy mask. My mask stays on for 10 minutes, so I'll usually just chill and close my eyes and meditate while I wear this. While I was sitting there with my mask on my face, I just felt...
Why does she do that? Why doesn't she just sunbathe? Also, this is what a lot of people do today. If you would want to be like the 5%, then you would go out into the sun, which most people don't do. I just don't get how she believes that she's the 5%.
So much gratitude for the past. It's so easy to grow so much and not even recognize how much you've grown. And I think this is because we get better every single day, but it's at such a small rate of change every day that we don't realize it. But when you look back, you realize how far you've come. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.
Let's sum up this delusional video. She has a dog, no children, just like 95% of people. I don't know why she uses the number 95, but okay. Yeah. Then she drinks coffee instead of eating natural food and having energy, just like 95% of people. Coffee or tea. I don't know why she added the raw milk to it. That was strange. If she would actually drink the raw milk, then she would be like the 5% or even less. Or if she would be eating any kind of raw animal products. Then she makes typical kind of plant-based looking meals with some meat, yeah, to be fair, but still, when I review most girls, especially today, this is what you see. Toast with spinach, always avocado, yeah, maybe some egg now and then later on a stuffed potato. Again, very typical, a sweet potato. Always some kind of leaves, flowers, fruits in there, tomatoes. I saw no difference. Then she goes to the gym, just like maybe not 95% of people, for sure 95% of people that I review. Maybe, how many women go to the gym today? Tons of guys go. I would say most guys on earth today go to the gym. It's such a huge business. There's so much pressure to go to the gym or do some kind of exercise. Yeah, maybe most women don't go, but Typically, the ones who want to be healthy, who don't understand what health is, they will do that. That box is also checked. Yeah, the only other thing, as I said, the good thing is that she doesn't really have a stressful job and that she can chill all day and read a book and whatnot. That's great. But being alone in the house with a dog, that's gonna get to you mentally eventually. That's really gonna mess you up because experiencing such loneliness and pain in your everyday life eventually it can really start destroying you. Overall, she lives just like 95% of people, more or less. She's also obsessed with her clothes and looks, I suppose. Overall, nothing wrong with trying to look good, but she was having a mental breakdown over the clothes that she's gonna wear. That's not normal. I just really wonder why she believes that she's different than 95% of people, when in reality, overall, she's just like everybody else, and that's why she's not gonna live a long life or be healthy. As I said, you would have to turn everything around. Instead of having a dog, have children. Instead of drinking coffee, eat raw meat, organs, drink blood, have real energy when you wake up. Then you wouldn't wake up all lethargic. And the job was good. Instead of going to the gym, of course, instead of a job, you should just be free. But I understand that when living in captivity, that's not possible. I explained that. Yeah, and instead of the gym, you would be not doing anything. As a woman, especially, men hunt, and then you can argue how much stress there may be involved. Ideally, of course, none, because nobody wants to experience stress. But women would not be hunting almost at all ever. If anything, they would collect some food, and only if the hunters are really bad, then they would need to collect some tubers, which is what she ate voluntarily. And none of it really makes any sense at all. They would not be running, even doing something like yoga, no weightlifting anyway. There are no weights in nature to lift. There's just nothing in nature that compares to you going to a gym. And the obsession over the clothes, depending on the climate, you would not even really be wearing any clothes. I don't get it. Whatever. Thanks for watching.